It's now time for the post-match report presented by the American University Athletics Eagles Club. Jeremy Huber here with head coach Jason Borrelli. Jason, congratulations, getting a win, kind of getting off that little bit of losing streak you guys were on. And it was an interesting day where I think Drexel, I could just tell a little bit from body language, we've got to know each other over the years, maybe not really pleased with how that kind of fell, but against Morgan State, it felt like guys came out and said, look, let's do this thing. Let's get after guys. Let's wrestle hard. How did you kind of feel the day played out?
Yeah, I think that, well, we just got to keep getting better, right? Someone asked me, just got to keep plugging along, getting better. I think that the Drexel match, I say this week after week, momentum matters, and that energy keeps you going. And when, we didn't get off to a great start, and when we lose an overtime match at 133 against Drexel, and then a close, hard-fought match at 41, and a pretty hard-fought match at 49, you just don't get the momentum, right? You just wonder if you can get the 33-pound match, if that helps out at 141 and then 49. And then, Caden, true freshman, did go out and wrestled a tough kid and figured out how to win late, and I was real happy with that. But by that point, like you have an uphill battle, right? When you don't win a couple of those down low that you're expecting to. And so we got to go back to the drawing board, keep getting better. But I was happy with how we rebounded. We went back and had a few minutes with them and just talked about, right, you don't have time to think about it. If you're at the NCAA tournament and you wrestle a bad match, you got to turn around and it's all about the next one. That's all that matters. And so we can look at the Drexel match after, but at that point it was the most important thing is how we do against Morgan State. So it was nice to rebound.
Jason, a couple of big performances, I think, by your freshmen today. We talked about it. Caden Milheim goes 2-0, and as Jason Grimes and I both said, the Drexel wrestler maybe made a little mistake late, but credit one Caden for being in the match that long against the guy who was at EIWA's and on the podium last year, but also taking advantage late.
Yeah, Caden did a good job, and he's been getting better and better. And, we got to see a lot of our young kids today. We got to see Caden, we got to see Kale, we got to see Caleb Beatty, we got to see Gage Owen, a lot of our true freshmen. And that will pay off for them in the long run for sure. The more competition they get in this environment, the better. But I was really happy with Caden. He's had, in dual meets, he's been right there with a couple guys, and we've juggled him around. He went, 65 and 57, and so it was great. And like you said, the kid's pretty good. The kid was on the podium last year and had some big wins late, and it's having a pretty solid year this year too. So real pleased with Caden, and he works incredibly hard, and he cares a lot, and he's a guy that, when you call him or you tell him, hey, we're thinking about wrestling you, that he's excited for that opportunity, and that's what we're looking for.
Couple more for you, Jason. You got to talk about Will Jarrell. He was the other guy to go 2-0 today, and it felt like in his first match, quality opponent gets the win. Second match, almost the light went off. He got poked in the eye and said, okay, I'm going to end this. Was it good to see him have that killer instinct in the second match and wrestle a solid match in the first one?
Yeah, for sure. I think that anytime you can have a pin, that's great, and what a way to finish the day for him. And he had wrestled the Drexel kid in a real close match earlier in the year, so we knew it would be a good match. Sometimes it's kind of the style matchups, but also where your mental psyche is, and if the kid knows that he's capable of winning or is trying to wrestle to avenge a loss, there's some nerves that play into that. So felt like we knew that first one was going to be a little tough, and glad he figured it out. And really there was the big difference in that match was that the reversal of him hanging on and not giving up points at the end of the second period. So that was good, at him staying composed and fighting through that position. But yeah, happy with the day for him.
Jason, of course, you got to Air Force next week on Super Bowl Sunday. Then you go ahead and have the two. I think for the fans at home, health-wise, where is the team? Are we starting to maybe see some of those guys get back maybe for that Senior Day duel?
Gosh, I would hope so. But, I think that we have 4 key guys out. I think anyone who knows our lineup, we don't have Jack Made at 125, Raymond Lopez at 141. We're missing Connor Bourne at 184. And we're also Jack Neese at 149. So, when you have a couple of your racehorses out, it makes for an interesting day, but it gives other guys opportunities, and so that's why you're seeing so many young kids in our lineup. As far as return, we just have to be smart. For us, right now the focus is on that EIWA qualifier to get to the Nationals, and so I think there's a good chance Senior Day we might see a guy or two, but will we have all 4 in the lineup? Probably unlikely. Yeah.
Well, hopefully they can get some more wins against some quality opponents. Good luck out in the high air up in Colorado Springs, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I'm Jeremy Huber. That's Jason Borrelli, and that'll do it for our Eagles Club post-match report. Do your part to support the successes of AU wrestling student athletes in the classroom and on the mat by joining the Eagles Club.